It's always amazing when I'm making biryani because we use the simplest of ingredients, but you have to be on your toes so that you can make that perfect biryani. For this recipe, I'm going to be showing you how to make some delicious, flavorful egg biryani, which is going to turn out absolutely amazing. As you can see, the rojo, the sauce that is, it's looking so thick, so delicious. And this is how I love serving up my biryani. You can add in some salad, kachumbari, or chili sauce that you have in the house, or you can throw in a banana, a ripe banana, and enjoy your biryani. So grab the ingredients and let's get cooking. To make this biryani, you need the key ingredient, which is biryani masala, and I have a teaspoon. Also, I have some cinnamon powder, and for rice, I'm going to be using some bay leaves, cardamom pods, and cumin seeds. Also, you're going to prep up some onions, coriander, garlic, and ginger, lots of onions, because we're going to be making some fried onions for the biryani. We have some eggs, salt, turmeric, and 1.5 cups of long grain basmati rice. You'll need some cooking oil for frying your onions. So the first step is going to be placing the pan over medium flame, then add in enough cooking oil to deep fry your onions. Next, I'm going to place a small pot over medium flame for boiling my eggs. Add in 2.5 cups of water. Carefully, I'm going to drop in my eggs into the water. You need the eggs to be hard boiled, so it's going to take around 10 minutes. I'm going to check if my cooking oil is ready by dropping in some onions. Once it's bubbling, the oil is ready. So this is 5 large onions, which I've cut into half moons, as you can see. Carefully, I'm going to drop in my onions. Reduce the flames to medium. Fry the onions for around 1 to 3 minutes or until they are crispy and have a nice golden brown color. So you have to check on the onions as they're frying, because you don't want the onions to darken up too much, because they won't be looking so good for the biryani. Add in a pinch of salt, which is going to help you when peeling the eggs. So I'm going to check on my onions, and it's been around 2 minutes, and the onions are starting to crispen up. We're starting to get that nice golden brown color on the onions. So at this point, you're going to be extra careful so that the onions don't get that dark color. Use your skimmer, toss as the onions are frying. So once the color is perfect, you're going to put on the flames. Use your skimmer, shake off the excess oil, and transfer to a plate lined with kitchen paper towel to drain off the excess oil. Once done, the onions are going to crispen up as they're cooling down, so don't worry. Whenever you're cooking your rice, always use a heavy bottomed pot because it cooks the rice evenly. So now I'm going to place my pot over medium flame and add in 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. And we are going to start off by toasting our spices. And I have some bay leaf. We have 4 cardamom pods and cumin seeds. Toast your spices for around 30 seconds, and this is going to make the spices very aromatic for the rice. This is 1.5 cups of long grain basmati rice that I washed several times, soaked the rice for around 15 minutes, so it's perfect to add into my pot. Once you hear a crackling sound from the cumin seeds, the spices are well toasted. You're going to add in rice. Then you're going to be toasting for around 30 seconds to a minute, and this is going to add in so much flavor to the rice since we have already toasted the spices. So the cooking oil is very flavorful. Also, toasting the rice is going to add in a very nice smoky flavor to the rice. My eggs are still boiling, so it's just a matter of waiting for around 4 more minutes. I'm going to throw in a star anise, add in salt, that is a teaspoon, stir in, and once the rice is well toasted, I'm going to use the same cup that I used to measure out my rice and add in 3 cups of water. Of course, you can double or even triple the ingredients to make some more egg biryani for your entire family, but this is a recipe for around 4 people, so it's perfect. So you're going to stir in the rice, and you can catch that smoky flavor that I was talking about. The cumin seeds, cardamom pods, bay leaf, and star anise are going to add in so much flavor to the rice. So if you can't find star anise, it's quite okay, but just add in some whole spices that you have in your kitchen and the rice is going to turn out fantastic. My eggs are ready. It's been around 10 minutes. So now I'm going to put out the flames, scoop out the eggs and transfer into cold water. The cold water is going to help the eggs to cool down. So now it's time to make our sauce. So I'm going to pick a pan, place over medium flame. This is a recipe where you need to be on your toes because you are making several dishes all at the same time. So now I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon and a half of cooking oil, and I have some more onions for our sauce. So I'm going to add in 1 medium diced onion. Then I'm going to saute for around a minute until the onions get a lovely golden brown color. Remember, the color equals to flavor, so you have to brown your onions for the recipe. I've reduced the flames to medium so that I can add in some color for my rice. So I'm going to add in a teaspoon of water into 2 separate bowls. Then I'm going to be adding in some yellow food color to 1, and add in some green color, which is quite optional. You can just choose to add in the yellow, but I find that the rice looks very colorful when it has some color. Check on my onions, and at this point, this is how my onions are looking. As you can see, they're super crispy. So the next step, because my water is fully evaporated, did I say about the cooking time for the rice? It's going to be around 4 to 5 minutes. So once the water is fully evaporated, you're going to add in some fried onions. Reduce the flames to low. Then I'm going to slowly simmer my rice for 5 minutes. Back to my pan. I'm going to check on the onions and they're ready. So the next step is going to be adding in a thumb-sized ginger and 6 cloves of garlic. The garlic and ginger are going to add in so much flavor to the biryani. And I'm already sweating. I've been on my toes. So I'm going to place the food color aside so that we can peel our eggs. You're going to cook your garlic and ginger for 30 seconds to 45 seconds, and it's going to get very aromatic. My eggs have already cooled, so the next step is going to be blending up my tomatoes. And for the recipe, I'm using 3 medium-sized tomatoes. I'm going to clear my working surface a little bit. And blend until 10 seconds out, the tomatoes are well blended. Very quickly, I'm going to check on my garlic and onions, and they're perfectly cooking. So I'm going to add in some spices, starting with some turmeric, around a quarter teaspoon. Add in 1 teaspoon of biryani masala and a quarter teaspoon of cinnamon powder. Salt. Toast the spices for around 30 seconds. And at this point, I'm going to be peeling my eggs. So it's quite easy to peel your eggs. All you have to do is crack the shell, and because we added in some salt, it's going to be very easy for you to peel the eggs. When your onions, garlic, and ginger are ready, you're going to add in your tomato puree. Add in a splash of water to your blender so that you can get all the tomato puree into the pan. Bring the flames to medium. Slowly simmer your sauce for around 2 to 3 minutes. After 5 minutes, this is how your rice should be looking. So I'm going to add in a little bit of yellow food color. Add in a touch of the green food color. Cover and put out the flames. Let the rice sit for around 2 minutes. As the sauce is cooking, you're going to add in some more fried onions, which are very flavorful. Stir in. And after 2 minutes, this is how your rice is going to be looking. You're going to garnish with a touch of coriander. Use your fork and fluff up the rice. If you're not a fan of the whole spices, you're going to remove the bay leaf and the cardamom pods. So now I'm going to cover and back to my sauce, which the oil has separated from the tomato, which means that the tomatoes are ready. And it's looking absolutely amazing. Take the seasoning, reduce the flames to medium low. Then I'm going to grab some salt. Add in a bit more. Stir in the salt into the sauce, and it has taken me around 5 minutes to peel the eggs because it has been a little bit hard. I don't know the reason. Maybe the eggs are too fresh. So I've not had the smoothest time while peeling the eggs. Now, when the tomatoes are ready, you're going to add in some plain yogurt, which is going to add in lots of creaminess. Sometimes when in the kitchen, you get some fails, which are quite acceptable because, yeah, there's nothing you can do. So hands up, they're not looking good, but still, we are going to be using for this recipe. So after stirring in the yogurt, everything is going to be looking so creamy. So I'm going to drop in my eggs, and the sauce is looking fantastic. Cut the eggs with the sauce. Cook for around a minute, then you're going to garnish with coriander. This is how I've presented my egg biryani, and as you can see, the plate is looking absolutely gorgeous. I love serving up my rojo over the rice so that each bite can be so delicious. So I'm going to give my rice a try. Scoop out a little bit of the sauce. If you're wondering what is rojo, it is the sauce. The fried onions have added in so much onion flavor to the recipe. The sauce is well seasoned. You can cut that cinnamon flavor and also the biryani masala. I'm going to go in for a second bite. Oh wow. Get some egg. The sauce is just fantastic. The rice is very flavorful. So yeah, this is a recipe worth trying whenever you're feeling like whipping up some delicious food. Catch you on my next episode.